You have worked hard, got a good paying job, bought a house and a car, feeling comfortable that you are settled in life. But when you read headlines, something like recession is taking a job, AI is going to cut down the jobs, then if you have an uncomfortable feeling about your financial situations, let me tell you something. You might be holding on to something called like a dead money. Like next 5 minutes, I'll explain what is dead money, how you can bring a life to the dead money so it will start become alive money and start grow, so you don't need to feel about all these recessions and taking away your job. I was in the same spot. I studied hard, completed my engineering degree, got a good paying job, and then suddenly 2008 happened. During that recession, I understood one thing. Whatever the money I have saved in my bank is not going growing anywhere. And it is not going to help me where I need it the most when your job is in uncertain territory. That's where I understood what I am holding in my bank is a dead money. I need to convert that dead money into a alive money so I can build my wealth. So throughout the year, I have tried different things and slowly learn my way to build a true wealth which will get me into my financial freedom. So I have achieved my financial freedom, and I had set a goal as when I reach my 40 years, I should have the complete financial freedom. And I have achieved it few years before that. The only way to get out of the cycle is building a wealth where the money you earned will be working for you even when you are not working. So that means the money is put into something like ever growing assets that is growing and compounding, and then that uh, return of that assets will be equal or more than your paycheck. That will give you a true freedom. One of the biggest misconception about money is you have to keep that in a bank to be safer. You have to earn more money and save the money in a bank. But actually, let me tell you, you're making the bank richer because the amount you store it in your bank, they'll be giving you an interest which is far below than the inflations. Even a fixed deposits kind of or a guaranteed income certificates kind of plans, it's always keeping a level that it is less than inflation. So that means the money you parked in your bank account is actually losing its value. And the banks will take your money and they will lend it as a home loan or a business loan for a higher rate, and or in some cases they will be putting into like ETF and mutual funds. They make so much money and they'll give you a small portion of it. And the fear of losing money, that is the one thing which is making us losing all the potential growth what we can get. So the feeling of being safe, you're putting your money into bank, is making a dead money. So the money is not working for you. Money is not growing for you. It is dead there, and every day you can see the number is saying same. If this whole idea of dead money versus alive money makes sense for you, and you're ready to break free from the cycles, then hit the subscribe and notification bell right now. So that way you won't miss out our future videos where we'll be sharing all the pro tips. Now we have understood what is a dead money or alive money. So the money you keep it in your bank is a debt. It's not growing with you. Either it is in a high saving interest account or it is a checking account. It is not going to help you. It is not going to grow faster than the inflations. And then if you see, if you're looking to open a brokerage account where you wanted to invest into a stocks, then those banks itself provide a lot of actively managed funds. Never invest anything and never try to go to your bank to convert your dead money into a alive money, because the banks always have a higher fees. They want to take portion of your money just to grow a little percentage. So never do that. Instead of, I would suggest go for a self-directed investment accounts apps. So there are a lot of self-directed investing apps. And if you are in US, we have Robinhood and Public. If you are in Canada, we have Wealth Simple and Equestrade. And if you are in India, you have Zerodha and Grow. So these apps will have a zero trading fees. So you need to choose an app where you have a zero trading fees and they are not eating up any like monthly fees and all. So that is very important to convert your dead money into a alive money. You need to put that money to work for you, but there should be a less monthly fee or a trading fee on that, so you won't be losing that while you're trying to bring a life to that money. When I say invest into equity or other assets, everybody will feel that it is very complex and risk. Here is the tricky part. Everybody wants to be a millionaire, but they never take the first step of opening even a trader account. So what I would say is, like, first get that mindset that you need to have an investment account. Go and open a trading account. Once you picked your app, then link it to your bank, because and then start moving at least the minimum amount what is allowed, at least $10 or $100, whatever you're comfortable. Move from your bank to the trading app. And then the first assets we are going to buy is called index fund. You might be heard about the stocks, and the notion of stocks are risky is comes when we try to pick a particular company which we know very popular, because we read a few news and we hear from a news that there is a particular stock is going up and up value. So we think it is going to go higher and we start buying the stocks. And that is where you make a mistakes, and then it'll end up as a risky investments. Where we are trying to invest for a long term, we should not invest in a stock. So go for something called like the index funds. The index funds usually have a low fees, and then they have a diversified way where they will be investing into a top indexes. So if you are in US, there are always S&P 500, and then if you are in Canada, you can also invest in S&P 500 in different various accounts. And if you are in India, you have an Nifty 50 index funds. So choose your index fund which has a lowest management fees, and then invest that amount into it. Wealth is built not by just a one action. The consistency is important. If you are consistent in investing, that makes a huge difference, because we all get busy. We have so much item to do it. We don't have a time every day or every week go and see how much money I need to move it. So we have to be consistent. The best way to be consistent is to set a auto investing. That's why I asked all this new generation of apps, because all these new generation of app have a systematic investment plans, like, or you can just plan it every week to move money from your bank and put it into this index fund. The strategy what I used is a weekly investments. So every week I invest. That means every week a portion of amount is taken from my bank, and then I bought index fund for it. So in a year I have nearly like 52 points where I would be buying these index funds. It might be a $5 a week or $100 a week. It depends on your capacity, but set up this auto investing. Every week you should plan to buy a small portion, a fraction of S&P 500 or Nifty 50. These new generation apps are amazing because they let you keep all the money which you invested. They don't have a monthly fees, no fees for buy or a sell when you invest, and no sneaky fees when you try to transfer in or out of that money. Just make sure they are well-known companies and have been around 5 to 10 years, so you know they are solid and reliable. These are all modern tools to build the wealth in a more accessible way, and that works for you. So you have to be very consistent to make a good and long-term investments. So now in this video we have understood what is a dead money, how you make alive money by just opening an account in any of this new generation app and setting up auto investing for these index funds. Next video we are going to dive deeper and reveal the strategy which I personally follow to build my wealth from 0 to a million with just my salary. You absolutely don't want to miss that out. Remember, the true freedom comes from building a wealth. Let's build wealth together. See you in the next video.